Hello and welcome to Unacademy, a one-stop destination for all English medium civil service aspirants. Welcome to the Conquer Prelims 2026. In today's session, I'll discuss the most important current affairs from the year 2025 from the subject Science and Technology. I will share the PDF of this session in our official Telegram channel. Scan the QR code, join the Telegram channel to download the PDF. Before I start the session, a very important announcement. Considering the significance of test series, Unacademy has launched the URTS, Unacademy Revision Test Series, which is a carefully curated set of tests. The URTS comprises of 30 sectional and full-length tests from all the subjects including CSAT. And it includes more than 2,500 UPSC model questions curated by your teachers after the thorough analysis of the PYQs. You can now avail URTS for just 1,999. It also comes with money back guarantee if you feel the test didn't help you in clearing the exam. For more details, check the description given below. Let us continue with the session, complete 1 year current affairs from Science and Technology. In yesterday's session, I have discussed a few important topics. Let us continue with the remaining important topics from the last year science news. And I divided today's class mostly into the themes. Firstly, we will cover the science and technology current affairs related to space technology. Space technology related topics. There are more than 13 topics from space technology. Actually, there are more topics, more news articles, but after filtering out relatively more important topics, we have around 13 from the space technology. Let us continue with the session now. Okay, I hope my audio video is clear for all of you. Is my audio video clear? Please let me know in the comment section, is my audio video clear? Right. Thank you. So the first topic we are discussing is new satellites for the SpaceX mission. New satellites for the SpaceX mission. SpaceX means what? Space docking. Space docking experiment. Okay, space docking experiment. I'm just checking for a pen, just 1 second. Okay. Docking means what? So docking means they have launched 2 satellites. The first satellite name is called as SDX-1. This is also called as Chaser. The second satellite name is called SDX-2. This is also called as Target. Okay. Let us now assume that this pen cap is the target and this pen is the chaser. Okay. Chaser is chasing the target. The chaser is chasing the target and slowly it will approach the target and fit with the target. This process is called as docking. Docking means sending 2 spacecrafts separately, into the space and attaching the 2 spacecrafts while they are in the space. This is called the SpaceX instrument, SpaceX mission. Okay. It was launched along with 24 payloads, means 24 other instruments were there in this mission. Okay. And this is nothing but POEM-4. Okay. POEM-4. What is POEM missions? Okay. Here I have given the meaning of the word POEM. Okay. POEM is nothing but the PSLV will have 4 stages in it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. During the launch, we ignite the first stage. The completely burnt first stage will ignite the second stage. And then the second stage will burn like this. The completely burnt second stage will ignite the third stage. And the completely burnt third stage will ignite the fourth stage. Fourth stage will actually keep the satellite in the orbit. And what will happen to the stage 1, 2, 3? These stages, the first 1 and 2 stages, they will fall back. They will fall back into the Earth's atmosphere. They will fall back into the Earth's atmosphere. The higher stages like 3 and 4, what will happen to them? They will become the space debris. Space debris, which is also called as space junk. What is the problem with the space debris? It will keep orbiting the Earth. The space debris keeps orbiting the Earth. Because they keep orbiting the Earth, they will travel with very high speed. So they behave like a bullet. These space debris, they behave like bullets. If these space debris hit the astronauts or the other satellites, those satellites may get damaged or these astronauts can get wounded. So this is a problem with the space debris. Usually the higher stages, after launching the satellite in the orbit, they will become the space debris. So what is POEM? Okay, POEM is nothing but repurposing the fourth stage of PSLV. Okay, instead of becoming the debris, it will carry the satellites. It will carry the satellites. For example, POEM 4. What is POEM 4? This is nothing but the fourth stage of that PSLV. Fourth stage of that PSLV, which carried the SpadeX instrument. Okay, which carried the SpadeX. After launching the SpadeX, what happened? The fourth stage continued to carry the 24 payloads on that, like a platform on that 24 payloads. Like a platform, the fourth stage will keep orbiting. So instead of becoming a debris, we are repurposing the fourth stage of the PSLV. Such repurposing the fourth stage of the PSLV is called as POEM mission. Till now we had launched 4 POEM missions like POEM 1, POEM 2, POEM 3 and POEM 4. POEM 4 is nothing but the PSLV which carried the SpadeX mission. Okay, this is briefly about the POEM missions. Is it clear? Now look at here. PSLV C-60 rocket carried the 2 satellites SDX-1, that is Chaser, and the target. The Chaser chased the target. The 2 have successfully docked. Okay, along with 24 other payloads on the POEM 4. This is launched from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. This is one news article. Okay. On the same SpadeX, there was another news article, that is, okay, the docking completed on 16th January, the docking completed. Okay, 12th December 2024 launch. Okay, and 16th January what happened? The docking successfully completed in the space. Okay, the docking capability is very important. Why docking capability is very important? You might have heard about Bharatiya Antariksha Station. This is the India's ISRO's space station. Instead of International Space Station, this is ISRO's exclusive space station called as Bharatiya Antariksha Station. Because it is a space station, it is going to be very huge. So launching the Bharatiya Antariksha Station as a single spacecraft is not possible. We have to launch it in bits and pieces, and these bits and pieces should be assembled there in the space. For that assembly, this docking facility is very important. It is also important for the Gaganyaan mission. In the Gaganyaan mission, we are sending the astronauts. So for sending the astronauts, for bringing them back, the vehicle should attach with the crew module in which they are staying. For the Gaganyaan mission, manned missions, that is crewed missions, and Chandrayaan 5, 6, etc. For all these future missions which are going to be huge, launching them in single piece is not possible. So we have to launch them in multiple pieces. These pieces should go into the space and they should dock with each other, I mean attach with each other in the space. For that reason, SpaceX mission is very, very important for us. And this SpaceX mission is made by Anant Technologies Private Limited, assembled, integrated and tested the two satellites called as Chaser and the Target. Okay. Then after deploying the satellite, the POEM-4 maintained its orbit while hosting the 24 payloads. Hosting 24 payloads like a platform, it went on orbiting the Earth. Instead of becoming a space debris, it worked like a platform for this 24 satellites or 24 payloads. In this 24 payloads, 14 are from ISRO, 10 are from the non-governmental entities. There is another news regarding this SpaceX, the third news, that is this recently ISRO achieved milestone with the controlled re-entry of this POEM-4. Okay, so I repeat the whole summary. PSLV C60 mission. PSLV C60 mission carried the target chaser instruments plus 24 other payloads. Then after reaching the space on 16th January, they both attached with each other. Then with the other 24 payloads, the fourth stage of this PSLV C60, okay, that is POEM-4, orbited the Earth for a few days. Then after that, instead of becoming a space debris, we could successfully bring it back. What is the purpose of this? The purpose of this is to minimize the space debris. Minimize the space. Debris-free space mission. Debris-free space mission is the target. Okay? Then, after that, next what happened? ISRO also undocked the SpaceX mission. It means docking over. Then we should also test whether separation is also possible or not. Docking, undocking. So PSLV C60 carried the target and chaser, and PSLV C60 launched it, and then they have successfully docked, and then the fourth stage, like a orbital platform, orbited the Earth for a few days with 24 payloads, and then it successfully came back without becoming a debris. And then we have also tested whether we can separate the target and chaser again. So right now we discussed 5 news articles on different dates. Is it clear? But all of them related to the SpaceX mission. I hope it is clear. Right. Now solve this question. Okay, solve this question all of you. Tell me the right answer in the comment section. Five news articles: launch, docking, POEM orbiting, POEM coming back, undocking. Right. C is the correct answer. And you can simply answer it with common sense. That is C53, C55, C58, C60. Okay. So obviously you will sense that it is in a in a chronological order. So with common sense you can easily answer it. I willingly framed this question like this without creating the confusion because I wanted this like a table for revision. For your future revision, you can see, okay, what is POEM? C53. What is POEM-2? 55. What is POEM-3? 58. What is POEM-4? 60. Okay, like a table revision like that. That is the reason why I planned it like this. Is it clear? Devendra Kumar. Actually, I don't have any plans of keeping the multiple choice questions in this class. 1 year current affairs in 4 hours. Yesterday 2 hours, today 2 hours is not a joke. Okay, because there are so many topics. So my focus here is not on the multiple choice questions. Is it clear? For multiple choice practice, we came up with one more phase of Conquer Prelims, that is Conquer Prelims practice stage, which is happening on the Unacademy platform as free sessions, special classes. So you can come to those classes for multiple choice question practice. So here my target is not to test your capability in solving the multiple choice questions. My target is only to give you as much information as possible in this 4 hours. Okay. By the way, yesterday's class ended abruptly. So to be on safe side, a few disclaimers for today's class. Okay. The planned duration of this class is 2 hours, like every other subject that happened previously. The planned duration is 2 hours, but it can slightly extend. After 2 hours or after 1 hour 45 minutes, if something like that happens, no problem. It means we have mostly completed the things. If any 1 or 2 topics are left, I will include them in the other phases of the Conquer Prelims. But if something like that happens in between, after half an hour, 1 hour, okay, then you can wait. We will come up with some solution, right? Okay. So this is what we are supposed to do today, right? Now coming to the next one. This is Lunar Polar Exploration Mission, which is also called as Chandrayaan-5. Okay. This is a joint mission by JAXA, that is Japanese Space Agency, and ISRO. The target is to explore the presence of water, particularly in the south pole of the moon, that is LoopX mission. Okay, and in today's class, today morning I took the practice stage of Conquer Prelims. In that I discussed both the topics. So I thought instead of repeating the same topics in multiple programs, in multiple phases, so I thought of giving different topics in each stage. So today's morning special class I discussed these 2 topics, LoopX mission Chandrayaan-5 and NISAR mission, NASA-ISRO synthetic aperture radar, which will use L-band and S-band radio waves. Okay, for every 12 days it will map the entire earth, okay. So that is NASA-ISRO synthetic aperture radar. In the morning class I discussed these 2 topics along with the multiple choice question. Okay, right. Now moving on to the 4th topic, that is ISRO's LVM-3 rocket launches GSAT-7R, the Navy's most advanced communication satellite. Name of the satellite? GSAT-7R. What type of a satellite it is? It's a communication satellite. Okay. Used for what? It is multi-purpose. Okay. But exclusively for, most importantly for Navy's purpose. Okay, most importantly for the Navy's applications, this particular communication satellite is launched. Okay, and this is launched in, what is the vehicle, in which vehicle it is launched? LVM-3 M5 mission. M5 is the name of the mission. LVM-3 is name of the vehicle. What is LVM-3? This is nothing but GSLV Mark III. The new name of GSLV Mark III is LVM-3. Okay. So this LVM-3 launched the GSAT-7R into the GTO. What is GTO? It is geosynchronous transfer orbit, not geosynchronous orbit. This is an orbit. It's like a stepping stone, towards the geosynchronous orbit. Okay, stepping stone towards the geosynchronous orbit means like if you have the Earth here and you have the geosynchronous orbit here, okay, the GTOs will be like this. Okay, these are called GTO. They are transfer orbits, like stepping stones to reach there. Okay, so LVM-3 rocket launched a satellite called as GSAT-7R, which is a communication satellite, into the transfer orbit to the geosynchronous orbit. It is designed to enhance the Navy's operational capabilities in the maritime domain, awareness about the situations. I mean, it will give data about any entry of any doubtful entry of some enemies like any enemies, okay, things into our space, like that, for secure communication across the Indian Ocean region. It also has civilian applications. I told you that it is multi-purpose, but more importantly for Navy. Multi-purpose, but most importantly for Navy. So it is also having civilian applications, improving the digital access to remote areas. Okay, that is the purpose of the GSAT-7R satellite. Okay, right. This is also called as CMS-3, Communication Satellite 3. CMS-3 is the other name of it. Okay, now moving on to the next topic, that is ISRO to conduct the first Gaganyaan test flight in December 2025. This was announced on this date, but the launch did not happen yet. Okay, this is not yet launched. Okay, so now let us see what is this. You know Gaganyaan. What is the target of the Gaganyaan? Final target of the Gaganyaan is to carry 3 astronauts into the low Earth orbit. The target is carrying 3 astronauts into the low Earth orbit. But before sending astronauts, we have to do a lot of tests, because we have to safely launch them and safely bring them back. It is very important. So there are so many tests before the actual launch of the astronauts, actually sending the astronauts. Before that, we have to do a lot of tests, hundreds of tests done, and the program started in 2004. Now we are in 2025. So in this duration, hundreds of tests were done. Okay, now let us see some important tests and preparations before sending the astronauts directly into the space. Okay, so one of the important prerequisite is the first unmanned test flight. It means first send the same vehicle, okay, the vehicle which is going to carry the 3 astronauts. Send the same vehicle first without the astronauts. Is it clear? Not a copy of that, okay, not a duplicate of that, okay, not a miniature of that. The real rocket which is going to carry the astronauts, first send it without the astronauts. Unmanned test flight, that is called G1 mission. Okay, what is G1? Unmanned test flight. In this, astronauts will not be there, but a robot called Vyomamitra will be there. It is a half humanoid robot. Why this is called half humanoid robot? Because its body is only till torso. It is not having the legs. Okay, torso, hands and head, that's all. Okay, therefore it is called half humanoid robot. What is the objective of this G1 mission? Why are we sending this unmanned mission before sending the astronauts? To send the 3 Indian astronauts into the low Earth orbit and establish India's indigenous human space flight capability. Till now, we have never sent astronauts into the space. Indian origin astronauts were sent into the space, but ISRO did not send any Indian astronauts into the space till now. So with Gaganyaan, ISRO is going to join one of those elite space agencies which have sent the astronauts into the space, right? The mission duration 7 days in the space. These 3 astronauts are going to spend there for 7 days. The launch vehicle is going to be GSLV Mark III, that is LVM-3 only, GSLV Mark III, LVM-3, but a modified one, HLVM-3, remember this point, important, HLVM-3. What is HLVM-3? This is human rated LVM-3, human rated LVM-3. It means in the LVM-3 we make some modifications to make it safer for the human flight. Okay, to make the GSLV Mark III safe for the human flight, okay, we made some modifications, that is called HLVM-3. Okay, and before we send the 3 astronauts, we are sending the G1 with Vyomamitra to test whether the HLVM-3 is safe or not. Safe or not. For that, this G1 mission, okay, is one test sufficient? No. After this, we are going to do 2 more uncrewed missions. We are going to send this human rated LVM-3 2 more times into the space before the actual launch of the Gaganyaan. The Gaganyaan mission aims to send Indian astronauts into the low Earth orbit by the year 2027. So before 2027, we should complete the G1, G2, G3, all the 3 unmanned test missions with Vyomamitra. Is it clear? Right. Then solve this question. Which of the following is a launch vehicle planned to be used in Gaganyaan mission, uncrewed mission for the G1? Uncrewed mission, that is G1. Yes? The right answer is C. As I told you, the purpose of this class is not to give you a multiple choice question practice. For that we have other programs. Okay, just for a break, like instead of a quick transition from one topic to the other topic, here and there I kept a few MCQs, that's all. Okay, right. Now moving on to the next topic. This is Integrated Airdrop Test, IADT. Integrated Airdrop Test for Gaganyaan. Okay. Here it is not related to the LVM-3. So here what they have done is a simulated crew module. Tell me all of you, did they use the actual, first of all, what is a crew module? Crew module of Gaganyaan. Crew module of the Gaganyaan is like a room where the astronauts stay. Okay, while they are in the low Earth orbit. Okay, it is like a room where in the Gaganyaan mission, the place where the crew stay is called crew module. Did they use the actual crew module? Yes? Did they use the actual crew module? No. Simulated crew module. Okay, which is weighing approximately 4.8 tons. This is carried to an altitude of just 3 kilometers, whereas low Earth orbit will be approximately some around 200 to 1000 kilometers altitude. Okay, whereas this is carried only to 3, compare it. The lowest orbit possible is around 200 kilometers, 160 plus. Okay, but this is just 3 kilometers, not the original crew module, plus not into the low Earth orbit, plus not in the LVM-3. Is it clear? Okay, and it is carried by the Indian Air Force Chinook helicopter. Chinook helicopter will carry, imagine this is a simulate, this pen cap is a simulated crew module. My right hand is Chinook helicopter. Chinook helicopter will carry this to a height of 3 kilometers and drop it from there. It will fall into the water. Then they will go in the INS Anvesha ship, okay, to safely collect it and bring them back, okay, bring it back. There won't be any astronauts in that, okay, to bring the crew module back, that's all. I repeat, Chinook helicopter. What is this Chinook helicopter? What is this simulated crew module? Will carry this to only 3 kilometers height, drop it from there in the water bodies. Then in INS Anvesha they will go and safely collect it. This is to check whether the parachutes are working or not, and also like a mock drill whether they can quickly go and collect the astronauts if the real crew module falls in the ocean. Okay, like a mock drill to execute all these things. Okay, is it clear? So that is nothing but the IADT test. As I told you, from 2004 onwards, hundreds of tests are done. This is also one of the tests. So here I am reporting the tests which were done in the year 2020-25. Okay, next one. This is also related to again Gaganyaan Vyomamitra robot friend. This is from October 2025, news from October 2025. Okay. Regarding the volume, I am operating the best possible mic and I am shouting literally to the full of my voice. This is all I can do. So kindly try to increase the volume in your devices, and you also please try to find some alternatives to listen this more effectively. Okay, so nothing more is in my hands, right? I did all possible things from my side. Okay, right. So Vyomamitra is a semi-humanoid robot, I told you already, because it is only till the torso, it do not have the legs, it cannot walk. Okay, developed by ISRO. It will operate the control panels. It means it will sit in the crew module, will operate the switches, control panels, communicate with the ground control. I mean, in the crew module, if there is any problem, it will inform the people in the ground station, monitor the cabin conditions such as temperature, humidity, oxygen levels, etc. In the crew module, you have sufficient oxygen or not, is the temperature appropriate, is the humidity up to the mark, like as per the requirements, and perform the switch operations and the system checks. It can also check whether every system is working thoroughly or not. Okay. It will also deliver real-time status updates. It will keep giving real-time. I mean, some problem came, immediately it will inform to the ground station. Okay. The humidity levels increased, it will immediately inform to the ground station. Okay. Vyomamitra is equipped with advanced sensors and also voice recognition. It means from the ground station, if they give a voice command, Vyomamitra can listen to that and also can speak back with them. Okay. And it is an AI module, enables limited decision making. Okay. In certain matters, not like human beings, but in certain matters, it can also take decisions because it is AI equipped, artificial intelligence equipped. This is about Vyomamitra. So this Vyomamitra is also kind of ready. Okay, Vyomamitra is ready to go into the G1. Okay, this is a news from October 2025, right? Then with that, Gaganyaan related topics completed. Okay, I hope you understand how these topics are organized. SpaceX 5 news articles related to SpaceX. Okay, Gaganyaan related 3-4 articles and all of them in the space related news. So this is how I try to organize the information, right? This notes also will be very useful for revision before the exam. By the way, if any of the current affairs are not covered in this phase, we have other phases. The Conquer Prelims is having total 5 phases. If any topics are I could not cover in this particular time frame, I will include them in the other phases, and I will see to it that I will minimize the repetition, or see to it that mostly the topics are not repeated in different phases. Is it clear? Right. Now, the next one. ISRO transfers SSLV technology to HAL. SSLV means what? Small Satellite Launch Vehicle. The first launch vehicle of ISRO is Satellite Launch Vehicle. Then improvised version of it called as augmented satellite launch vehicle. Next level is called PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. Next level is called as GSLV, Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle. Next level is called as NGLV, New Generation Launch Vehicle. But this is the future one, we still don't have it. Okay, and then we are also working on the RLV, that is relaunch vehicle. Okay, this is like a shuttle. It will go and come back. This is also under the testing phase. These are all the rockets by ISRO, and another one is SSLV. Okay, see, this is in the increasing order till here. Okay, that is NGLV is going to be the heaviest rocket. But that is its speciality. What is the speciality of NGLV? Heaviest rocket. What is the speciality of SSLV? This is the lightest rocket. Why lightest rocket? Tell me, do you always need, okay, is my voice clear? Yeah. Do you always need a car, or sometimes, for example, you just have to go to the roadside to bring a small grocery item or something? You also need a bicycle or a motorbike, isn't it? So same way, if it is like a truck, okay, this is like a car, okay, this is like, okay, like smaller vehicle. This is going to be a very small vehicle. Actually, ISRO is having a world record of launching more than 100 satellites in a single launch. Great, we have a world record, but there is a small twist in this. In that launch, ISRO behaved like a share auto. Okay, come on, quickly come, I have to go. So waited till all those satellites gather, which is a time waste. If we have a smaller vehicle, without waiting for so many satellites to gather, a simple small satellite can be quickly launched. That is the reason why we need SSLV. Okay, but SSLV, ISRO will not manufacture it. Okay, now tell me all of you, in all this list, there is only one vehicle which will come back and can go again like a shuttle. Okay, tell me what is that? In this complete list, there is only one vehicle which will come back, which is relaunch. What is that? RLV. Remaining all are use and throw. Means for every launch we have to freshly manufacture one more new vehicle. Is it clear? So you tell me, should ISRO focus on the intellectual endeavors or should focus on this manufacturing like a factory? ISRO should work like a research organization or like a factory manufacturing these things repeatedly, same work doing again and again? So ISRO should focus more on the research and development. That is the reason why the production of SSLV is outsourced. ISRO signed 100th Technology Transfer Agreement. Technology transfer means what? ISRO will develop the technology required for SSLV and will give this technology to HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and then Hindustan Aeronautics Limited will independently manufacture this. Only technology given by ISRO. Okay, for that it is signed an agreement. Speciality is it is the 100th agreement signed. Okay, then now here agreement signed between ISRO. What is the role of ISRO here? Design. Okay. What is the role of HAL here? Manufacture. What is the role of InSpace here? Authorize. Means who decided that HAL should manufacture it? InSpace will decide that. Okay. And what is the role of NSIL? Conducting this agreement, okay, like a ticket booking, like a booking agency, like an agreement booking agency. Okay, these are the roles. Okay, ISRO will design it, HAL manufacture it, InSpace authorized that HAL will manufacture it, NSIL dealt with this agreement between all of them. Okay, so these are the roles. Duration, it's an agreement for 24 months. For the 24 months, HAL will be manufacturing the required SSLVs. Significance of SSLV, I told you already, to launch small satellites into the low Earth orbit. Okay, SSLV cannot carry heavier satellites. Heavier than 500 kg, SSLV cannot carry. Even if it is less than 500 kgs, it cannot carry for more distance like geosynchronous orbit, geostationary orbit. No, it can only carry small satellites into the low Earth orbit. That's all. Next, lower cost compared to the traditional launch vehicles. It will give India strong foothold in the global commercial launch market. Okay, because if we have SSLV, we can also launch the other space agencies satellites. Okay, if we have a smaller vehicle, we can also launch the satellites of the other countries. So in a global satellite launch market, okay, ISRO will get a strong foothold. Okay, so this is another news. Now moving on to the next topic. This topic is 9 topics. This topic is 9 topics. That is, India has, that is ISRO has 9 world records. ISRO has 9 world records. So let us see what are them. What are they? Okay. First one, with Mars orbiter mission Mangalyaan, ISRO became the first nation to reach the Mars in its maiden attempt. Maiden attempt means first attempt. I don't exactly remember, but NASA became successful in its 7th attempt, I believe. I don't exactly remember that because I never focused on that. Okay, ISRO became the first space agency to launch a Mars orbiter mission in its first attempt itself. Second one, cheapest Mars mission Mangalyaan. Okay, 450 crores, which is less than present day pan-India movie budgets. Okay, actually like a joke, the Mission Mangal movie budget was more than the actual Mangalyaan. Okay, like that. The third one, this is what I was mentioning, the share auto case. Okay, what is the share auto? PSLV C-37. 104 satellites it launched in a single launch. Okay, in that 3 are Indian satellites, 101 foreign satellites. Very good, world record, happy. But every time we cannot wait like this. Okay, so we need a smaller vehicle to quickly keep launching the satellites. Right. Fourth world record is the first country to land, Chandrayaan 3. First country to land on the, make a soft landing on the south pole of the moon. Chandrayaan 3, first country to make a soft landing on the south pole of the moon. Actually, Russia was also in competition. Unlucky for them, lucky for us, the Russian lunar space mission crash landed on the moon, making ISRO the first space agency to make a soft landing on the south pole of the moon successfully. Right. Fifth one, best lunar orbiter camera. Okay, orbit, this is the moon. Okay, this is orbit around the moon. Okay, and imagine this is our Chandrayaan 2, not Chandrayaan 3, Chandrayaan 2. In that there is a very good camera. In that there is one very good camera. Okay, this is the world's best lunar orbiter camera. Okay, a camera in the lunar orbiter. This Chandrayaan 2 is the orbiter. Why this is called orbiter? Because it keeps orbiting the moon. It keeps orbiting the moon. Is it clear? The orbiter high resolution camera ORHC about the Chandrayaan 2 is world's highest resolution, best lunar orbiter camera. For that we got another world record. Sixth world record is for the cryogenic engine. We developed the cryogenic engine in the shortest time span. For that we have another world record. Developing the cryogenic stage, which is used in the, this is nothing but the upper stage of LVM3. Okay, we developed this cryogenic stage in the shortest time span. That is the 6th world record. No, not Vikas engine. Okay, cryogenic engine is different. Okay, 7th world record. 7th world record. Somehow, I think cricket is one sport in which India does well, and space is one field. Space and biotechnology are two fields in which India is doing really great work. Okay, in the science and technology, biotechnology and space, lot of achievements, okay, to the credit of India. So first to discover water molecule. Today morning when I was taking a special class as a part of this Conquer Prelims practice phase, one student was asking how many times they will prove that there is water on the moon. True, okay, multiple times, I mean like 10-15 times we have proved that there is water on the moon. But first time it was discovered by our Chandrayaan-1. Okay, the first to discover water molecules on the moon in 2008. Is it clear? And again the LoopX mission is also to confirm that, but that is in the South Pole. In the South Pole we have water or not. Okay, 8th world record. Okay, lightest satellite called as Kalamsat V2. You know this, school students have launched that. Okay, how satisfying it is, how motivating it is. Okay, such students in future will be more motivated to come into the science and technology. They have more zeal to become scientists. Okay, imagine like a school project work, you prepared a satellite and that orbited the earth for 6 months. Okay, so that is what happened. For that we have another world record. Okay, the 9th world record, the first mission to restart a rocket engine, okay, in the space and launch PSLV C-35, launched total 8 satellites. Then you may ask me, ma'am, what is there in this PSLV C-37? Directly 104 satellites it carried. Correct, it carried 8 satellites only, but launched them in 2 different orbits. Means it behaved like a city bus or a share auto. First bus stop, some of them get down. Next bus stop, other people get down. So this is like that. 8 satellites are launched into 2 different orbits. Is it clear? So these are the 9 world records we have. So it's as good as 9 topics. Next, another topic. This is equivalent to 7 topics. This is, okay, ISRO lines up 7 launches. I mean 7 future launches. 7 future launches, right? Okay. First one we have already discussed, HLVM, Human Rated Launch Vehicle Mark III is going to carry the G1, the uncrewed mission in which Vyomamitra is going to be a part. Okay, this is one future launch, right? Second one, PSLV C-63, which is also called as TDS-1, will carry a technology demonstrator satellite called TDS-1. Okay, PSLV C-63 will carry TDS-1, technology demonstrator satellite 1. Okay, another future launch, LVM-M6. Okay, LVM-M6 to launch Bluebird Block 2 satellite for US and okay, based AST, that is Satellite Designing and Manufacturing Company via NSIL commercial contract. Okay, see, I told you already ISRO will do R&D work in space, will do authorization. NSIL is like the ticket booking agency. Okay, it will make the contracts. Is it clear? Here NSIL made contract with a American company called AST Space Mobile. Okay, what is this? This is a satellite manufacturing company. Okay, that company's satellite called Bluebird Block 2 satellite we are going to launch. I repeat, LVM-3, that is our GSLV Mark 3, LVM-3 or GSLV Mark 3, M6 mission. M6 means what? The sixth mission is going to carry an American satellite, that too not NASA's satellite, an American private company's satellite called Bluebird Block 2 is a satellite name. Okay, and this contract is dealt, this commercial contract is made by NSIL. I hope this is clear for all of you. Right. Fourth launch, these are all future launches. So not only current affairs, future affairs also we are discussing. So GSLV F-17 is going to launch Earth Observation Satellite number 5. Okay, Earth Observation Satellite number 5. Okay, the GSLV Mark 2, this is not LVM-3. Okay, LVM-3 is GSLV Mark 3. This is GSLV Mark 2. Okay. To launch Earth Observation Satellite 5, which is also called as GSAT-1A. Why are we going to launch GSAT-1A? Because the older satellite called GSAT-1 satellite failed in the year 2021. We have to replace this communication satellite, this Earth observation satellite we have to replace. To replace that we are sending this GSAT-1A. Okay, I repeat, listen carefully. GSAT-1 failed in the year 2021. So we have to replace it. So to replace that we are sending a satellite called GSAT-1A, which is also called as Earth Observation Satellite number 5. What is its duty? It will keep observing the Earth. Okay, and it is being carried by GSLV Mark II rocket in a mission called GSLV F-17. What do you mean by GSLV F-17? GSLV F-17. F-17 is the mission name. It means it is the 17th launch by GSLV Mark II. That is the meaning. Okay, is that clear? Then fifth launch, okay, future launch, PSLV N1. Look at here, PSLV N1. Till here we have seen like PSLV C60. Okay, this kind of names we have seen, isn't it? This here also in the poem also, PSLV C53, C55, C58, C60. What is this new series? What do you mean by PSLV N1? PSLV N1 means this PSLV is not built by ISRO. Okay, this is not a PSLV only, but this PSLV is not built by ISRO. Okay, it is the first PSLV which is realized by NSIL through industry consortium. It means NSIL got it manufactured. NSIL got it manufactured by private industry. Okay, ISRO did not manufacture this. So PSLV C50, 51, 52, 60, 61, these are the PSLVs made by ISRO. So PSLV N1 is first such mission. Okay, through industry consortium that will launch the Earth observation satellite for the oceanographic studies. This is also Earth observation satellite only for the oceanographic studies, to study the ocean. Okay, along with another Indo-Mauritius joint satellite and LEAP-2 satellite from an Indian non-governmental entity. Okay, so 3 satellites it is going to launch. First one, EOS-10, which is an Earth observation satellite for oceanographic studies. Okay, then another one is an Indo-Mauritius joint satellite. Another one is LEAP-2 satellite, okay, by a non-governmental entity. Is it clear? These 3 satellites, the PSLV N1, the first PSLV made by a private company, is going to take them. Next one, PSLV C62 is going to launch the EOS N1. Okay, this is ISRO built. That is the reason why look at the series. This is PSLV C62. It is an ISRO built PSLV, launches an Earth observation satellite undertaken by NSIL for strategic use. Okay, along with 18 co-passenger satellites. EOS N1 plus 18 co-passenger satellites is being launched in PSLV C62. Next one, SSLV L1 mission, the first mission by SSLV, a dedicated commercial mission that will launch a small satellite before March 2026. So these are some future launches which are lined. Okay, then next topic, the science and technology and pitfalls of using nuclear power in the space. US recently announced plans to under Lunar Fission Surface Power Project. Means what? Moon. On the moon, okay, on the moon NASA is planning a nuclear fission reactor. A nuclear fission reactor NASA is planning. Okay, reactor. Okay, small nuclear reactor for providing continuous power on the moon by early 2030s. Okay, by early 2030 we want to continuously produce electricity. We want to continuously generate electricity on the moon. Okay, why this? Can't we depend on the solar energy? Can't we keep solar panels? First, carrying the solar panels is difficult. Second one, it depends on the light availability. For example, Chandrayaan 3's rover, okay, slept permanently after 14 days. Because after 14 days, the moon's night started. So no solar radiation. So that is the reason why we cannot depend on the solar energy. If you want a long-term presence on the moon, if you want to construct a moon station, like we have space station, if you want to construct a moon station, long-term presence on the moon, for that continuous energy generation is very important. So a fission reactor is important. Okay, it will generate tens of hundreds of kilowatts suitable for the life support, laboratories, manufacturing. If you want to build a laboratory on the moon, if you want to build a factory on the moon for manufacture, if you want the people to stay there for long duration, this is compulsory. Then it could be the first attempt to establish a permanent nuclear reactor on the moon. There was nothing like this previously. It is the first attempt to make a permanent nuclear reactor on the moon. Okay. Earlier we have used Voyagers and all. Voyagers did not use fission. They used nuclear decay to power the rocket. Same way earlier, okay, we have also used, okay, other spacecrafts used even the nuclear fission to power the rocket. But this is the first time on the moon surface, a full-fledged nuclear reactor. Okay, that is a speciality of this. Okay, then moving on to the next one. NASA's nuclear option to deflect city killer asteroid, okay, which is also called as asteroid 2024 YR4. Okay, if you remember, in the last year Conquer Prelims I discussed about DART mission. That is also NASA's DART mission. What it will do? Okay, it will deflect the satellite. How it will deflect the satellite? Like this. Okay, it will send it there. Okay, it will kick it. Okay, it will kick the asteroid, sorry, deflect the asteroid, not the satellite. It will deflect the asteroid. Okay, by kicking it, physically kicking it. But this is 60-meter object which may hit the moon. Is it clear? There is a chance of this 60-meter object hitting the moon. Is it clear? Right? Hi Chinnasai. Right. So it is going to be a 60-meter object hitting like that is not possible. So we want some other alternatives here. That is the reason why it is going to use nuclear power there to deflect the bigger asteroid. Is it clear? This is going to be launched in late 2029 or 2031. All these are future missions. It means, okay, I hope you realized that this particular sessions will be useful for 2027 also. In science and technology, the topics will never be outdated. Okay, remember that. Then, the traditional kinetic impactors means kicking it. They are inadequate for the objects of this particular size and mass. So, NASA is planning to use an explosive device. For example, imagine this is the asteroid. Now here there is a nuclear explosive. If you observe, it is not on the asteroid, at a height from the asteroid. Is it clear? And when it blasts, what happens? Some of this surface will evaporate. Some of its surface will, asteroid's surface will evaporate. Okay. So this evaporation will give some thrust to it. Thrust means what? Push. Okay. It will push the asteroid. Away from the moon. I repeat, there is an asteroid. At a little height from the asteroid, they will blast a nuclear explosive. The heat generated will evaporate the surface of the asteroid. This evaporation will give a thrust. Thrust means push. So it will be pushed away from the moon. That is the plan. First time we are planning to use. Okay. NASA is doing it. Why are you saying we are planning? We means humanity, dear. We all are human beings. So we can also take credit, no problem. So they are planning to use a nuclear explosive to deflect the asteroid away from the moon, which is first of its kind. Is it clear? Okay. Then now with that, space related current affairs completed. Now let us see. There are 8 news articles. CRISPR-Cas9 related news. CRISPR-Cas9 related news. Let us quickly try to complete them also. Okay. For that, let us quickly revise what is this CRISPR-Cas9. Okay. Very quickly, because we have to complete many topics. And I repeat this disclaimer once again. The planned duration of this session is 2 hours. It can be little lengthier. Okay. But after 2 hours, if some technical glitch comes and if the class ends, no problem. Maybe 1 or 2 topics will be left. that I will cover in some other phases of the Conquer prelims. Okay, so remember this. Right. So CRISPR-Cas9 mechanism. Okay, what CRISPR-Cas9 will do? In this CRISPR-Cas9, Cas9 is nothing but the nuclease enzyme. What it will do? It can cut the DNA. Means it is like a scissors. Okay, but it does not know where to cut. Cas9 can cut, but it does not know where to cut. So we have CRISPR. What is CRISPR? CRISPR is a guider RNA. CRISPR is a guider RNA. Means an RNA, basically it is an RNA that guides the CRISPR. An RNA that guides the Cas9. What it will guide? How to clear civil service examination? No, where to cut. It will guide the Cas9 about where to cut. Okay, so here what happens is, the CRISPR sequence is like this. Look at here, complementary base pairing. You know that adenine will always base pair with thymine. But in the RNA, thymine will not be there. RNA is composed of adenine, uracil, guanine, cytosine. In that case, adenine will base pair with uracil. And guanine will always base pair with cytosine. You have two hydrogen bonds between AT or between AU, and you have three hydrogen bonds between GC. So AU, TA, CG, TA. This is our CRISPR. What is CRISPR? UUAGA is our CRISPR. Is that clear? UUAGA, that RNA is our CRISPR. Okay. All of you quickly tell me, can this CRISPR bind to this gene? Can that CRISPR bind to this gene? Yes? Can this CRISPR UUAGA bind to this gene? No. Okay, means CRISPR is made artificially. This is an artificial one, and also this is gene specific. This is artificial and also it is gene specific. Okay, specific to one particular gene. Now, CRISPR will bind to the first gene. CRISPR will bind to first gene. And Cas9 is linked to the CRISPR. It means for the Cas9, the CRISPR is like Pati Paramatma. Okay, so the Cas9 goes wherever the CRISPR goes. Wherever the CRISPR goes, the Cas9 goes. Where the CRISPR is going? To the first gene. CRISPR will bind to the first gene. Okay, now Cas9 comes along with the CRISPR. Okay, and the Cas9 will cut that gene to which the CRISPR is bound. Means Cas9 will cut this particular block. And my dear friends, please don't tell me don't use red color. We have only 2-3 color options here. And to provide a contrast, I will have to use all those 2-3 colors. Okay. So, the Cas9 is going to delete this complete block. Okay. Means what the CRISPR-Cas9 is doing, the CRISPR-Cas9 is going to, it means it will cut the mutated gene. It will cut the mutated gene or unwanted gene. Unwanted gene. What is that? This one, AATCT. Where is the mutation here? Because it is supposed to be cytosine, isn't it? Guanine, can it base pair with thymine? That's a wrong letter there, like a spelling mistake. Okay, so this is the unwanted gene that I want to delete. This is the unwanted gene that I want to delete. So CRISPR will cut the mutated gene or whatever gene that you don't want. I don't want this, that gene it will cut. Okay, and then what happens? The correct gene, like for example AATCC is the correct gene. Okay, so that correct gene is added. Okay, the correct gene is added in the gap. The correct gene is added in the gap. That's all. Delete the wrong gene. Add the correct gene. Okay. So this is how the CRISPR-Cas9 works. It is a gene editing tool. What is this? This is a gene editing tool. Okay. So now that we understood about the CRISPR, we have around 8 topics related to CRISPR. Let us quickly complete them. The first one is, okay, a new nearly 100% sensitive test called as rapid CRISPR can quickly, accurately diagnose a cancer called acute promyelocytic leukemia, APL cancer. Means simple, CRISPR used to diagnose cancer, to diagnose a blood cancer. That is the news. Is it clear? And in this test, CRISPR is added to the patient's blood sample. Okay, procedure. Collect the blood sample from the patient. Okay, add the CRISPR. Okay, the CRISPR will bind to the PML-RARA gene mutation. Okay, means now imagine this is that PML-RARA mutation. Is it clear? This mutate, PML-RARA mutation. Okay, this is what it will delete. Okay, this is the cause of this cancer. This mutation is the cause of that cancer. Okay, and then CRISPR, what it will do? CRISPR will cut that PML-RARA gene mutation which will cause the cancer. Okay, and the process of detection of the mutation and cutting it will trigger a signal. That signal will be seen as a band, like pregnancy testing kit will be there, 2 purple color bands will come. Such bands will develop once the CRISPR cuts this gene. They designed the testing kit in such a way that the moment the CRISPR cuts it, you will get that band. I don't know whether purple color or which color, I don't know, but some color band will be seen. The band is seen means it's an indication that the CRISPR has cut this particular gene. Means what? It is an indication that the patient is having this type of cancer. Okay, clear? Okay. So let's quickly summarize this. Name the cancer. The cancer is acute promyelocytic leukemia, APL. What is the mutation that caused this cancer? PML-RARA gene mutation. This is the mutation that causes this cancer. What is the topic? Rapid CRISPR. What is this rapid CRISPR doing? Diagnosing the blood cancer using CRISPR-Cas9. How this test works? When the CRISPR-Cas9 cuts this PML-RARA gene, we get a band. It will form a band. That band can be seen. The band is seen means PML-RARA gene is cut. PML-RARA gene is cut means PML-RARA gene is present. PML-RARA gene is present means that particular cancer is there. The patient is having this cancer. Like that we diagnose this. Clear? Moving on to the CRISPR-Cas9 mechanism, which I already explained. CRISPR is a guider RNA designed specifically to be complementary to the mutated gene, isn't it? What is CRISPR? It is a guider RNA. How is it designed? To be complementary to the mutated gene, so that it will match the mutated gene, okay, which is to be removed. And what is Cas9? It is a nuclease enzyme which is tagged to the CRISPR so that it can remove the mutated gene, and then a correct copy of the mutated gene can be added in the gap. This I already explained. Now, second news related to the CRISPR-Cas9. India's first indigenous CRISPR based gene therapy for sickle cell disease. Okay. What is sickle cell disease? Okay, let me first explain what is sickle cell disease. Okay, for that, first of all, I have to explain about the hemoglobin. In hemoglobin, hemo is the iron part, globin is the protein part. Globin is the protein part, and you all know that a protein is nothing but a polypeptide. A polypeptide means what? A chain of amino acids. Chain of amino acids. Okay. And this hemoglobin contains 4 polypeptide chains. 4 polypeptide chains. Okay. Which hemoglobin? HbA. What is HbA? The adult hemoglobin contains 4 polypeptide chains. What are those 4 called as? Alpha, alpha, beta, beta. Like this, there are total 4 polypeptide chains in the hemoglobin. Clear till now? There are 4 polypeptide chains in the hemoglobin. Now our topic is about this beta chain. Okay, imagine this is the beta chain. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. Okay, now in this, the 6th one, okay, in the normal hemoglobin, the 6th amino acid is glutamic acid. In a normal adult hemoglobin, the 6th amino acid in the beta chain is glutamic acid. Now, due to a mutation, if that glutamic acid changes into valine, okay, means if you have valine here, if this is valine, okay, then that is called as a defective hemoglobin. Then this is nothing but a defective hemoglobin called as HbS. This defective hemoglobin causes sickle cell anemia or sickle cell disease. Sickle cell disease. Is it clear? Sickle cell disease. Okay. And why this is called sickle cell disease? Because normal RBC with HbA will be spherical. Okay. But this defective RBC with HbS will be like this. Okay, sickle shaped. Because they are sickle shaped, they will obstruct the blood flow. Means, for example, this is a blood capillary. Okay, these sickle shaped RBCs will get stuck. Okay, they cannot pass through the blood capillaries. So because of that, what happens? The person will get severe anemia and also death. Is it clear? Severe anemia and death. Okay, so this is sickle cell anemia. Okay, and this sickle cell anemia here, okay, quickly I'll tell you one point, complete focus. Capital S gene produces HbA, adult hemoglobin, normal hemoglobin. Okay. Small s gene produces HbS, that is this defective hemoglobin. Okay, right? Then if a person is capital S, it means mother also gave capital S, father also gave capital S. Okay, then he is completely normal. All his RBCs are like this, spherical shaped. But if a person get capital S from the mother and small s from the father, I mean any parent gives capital S, the other parent gives small s, okay, then they will suffer from slight anemia. Slight anemia, because their RBC will be oval shape. But if a person receives both of them, okay, that is both the parents gives small s, the RBC will be sickle shaped, okay, it will cause lethal anemia, that is nothing but the sickle cell disease, okay, lethal means die, they can even die, okay, but there is one small twist here, that is these people are resistant to malaria. These people are resistant to malaria. Is it clear? Particularly by Plasmodium falciparum. Okay. And why like that? Because RBC is the host cell for Plasmodium. Okay. All of you tell me, in future if you build a home, if you purchase a villa, okay, and will you purchase a proper house or a defective house? In future if you purchase a house for you, will you purchase a proper one or a defective one? We will prefer to purchase a nice home. Same way, Plasmodium also wants a nice home, not the defective home. But what is its home? RBC. So Plasmodium prefers, these people are more prone to malaria. Is it clear? But these people are less prone to malaria. Then you may ask me, ma'am, what about these people? They are also less prone. To be prone or not prone, they are not there. That is lethal anemia. They died due to sickle cell disease. Leave them. Okay. Now these people survive with slight anemia. They are resistant to malaria. Is it clear? Okay. This is the reason why sickle cell disease is more common in Africa. But leave that. It is also more common in the Indian tribes. Why? Because forest area, more mosquitoes, more malaria problem. That is the reason. That is the reason why the gene therapy for, okay, that is the reason why the gene therapy for sickle cell disease is named as BIRSA 101. Okay, it is named as BIRSA 101. Okay, why it is named as BIRSA 101? Honoring Birsa Munda, a tribal leader. Honoring Birsa Munda, a tribal leader. Why tribal here? It is gene therapy for sickle cell disease. Why tribals came in between? Because the sickle cell disease is more common in the Indian tribes. The sickle cell disease is more common in the Indian tribes. Therefore, it is named as Birsa Munda. On the whole, what it is? Okay, it is a CRISPR-Cas9 based gene therapy for sickle cell disease. Is it clear? It is developed by IGIB. Okay, a company called IGIB. A CSIR Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology called IGIB developed this. In this, an indigenous CRISPR is used. It is called NFN Cas9. This, what is this? Cas9 only, but Indian Cas9. Okay, that is the name of Indian Cas9. This CRISPR Cas9 is used to cure the sickle cell disease. Okay, this is the second news. Third news related to same CRISPR Cas9 technology. Okay, so this is NIPGR's gene edited rice. Okay, using CRISPR-Cas9 they have edited the rice for better phosphate uptake and more yield. This gene edited rice will uptake more phosphate from the soil and also gives more yield. Is it clear? So here first observation is, it means we can use this CRISPR-Cas9 in the plants also, animals also, humans also. Okay, it's not only for the human beings. Okay, so here I have to tell you the difference between GM crops. GM crops word is used only if a foreign gene is added. Only if a foreign gene is added. Okay, GE crops, okay, if the existing genes are modified. Okay, and now tell me, are we discussing about GM crop? Is GM crop or a GE crop? Genetically modified crop or genetically edited crop? It's a genetically edited crop. Is it clear? It's a genetically edited crop. Okay. Okay. So, why? Because there is no foreign gene added. Scientists at National Institute of Plant Genome Research NIPGR have used CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing to enhance the phosphate uptake in Japonica rice variety. The significance for India, why this is important, this GE rice, the GE rice, what is the advantage? High yield plus high phosphate intake from the soil. Okay. Yes. Chinnasai, GM only permitted for BT cotton. The only genetically modified crop which is permitted for commercial cultivation in India is BT cotton. So this rice is not BT cotton, it is GE cotton. Okay, or it's not GM cotton, it's cotton, it's a GE crop, not a genetically modified crop. Okay, why this particular rice plant modification is important for the country? Because it will reduce the dependence on the DAP. What is DAP? Diammonium phosphate. You know that DAP is a commonly used fertilizer. When we use DAP, what are the two problems? First thing, it is costly for the farmers. Farmer investment increases. Second problem, this will contaminate the soil. So if you modify the rice in such a way that it can more effectively uptake the phosphate from the soil, with less DAP fertilizer itself you can cultivate the rice crop. That is the advantage. Okay. It is the second most widely used fertilizer after urea. Okay. India imported 45 lakh tons of DAP in the year 24-25. But with this, instead of 45, maybe you will have to import only 20 tons, which is good. Okay, and it will tackle phosphorus deficiency in the humans. It means if I eat that rice, I will not get phosphorus deficiency. Okay, it will optimize phosphate use, reducing the runoff pollution. If I use more DAP, it will run off into the water bodies. Okay, it will contaminate the water, eutrophication of the ponds and lakes. So we can avoid that. It improves the productivity of the rice because it will take more phosphorus, means it is uptaking more fertilizer, so it will grow healthy, it will give more yield. This is the reason why we used CRISPR-Cas9 to genetically modify the Japonica rice variety in such a way that now it will uptake more phosphate than the regular rice. Okay. Then fifth news, I think my number went somewhere wrong, that is what I was checking. Maybe this is fourth. Okay, so no problem, what is there in the numbers? Okay, anyway UPSC will not ask you in which topic in Bindu madam's class this particular question came. So India developed genome edited rice. Okay, India developed genome edited rice. Okay, same concept. Another example. Okay, India has become the first country in the world to develop rice varieties using the genome editing tool called CRISPR-Cas9. Okay, I told you like space technology, biotechnology are two areas in which India is doing a very like something to feel proud about. A team of researchers guided by the Indian Council of Agricultural Research developed two varieties. What are those two varieties? One is DRR Dhan 100, okay, or Kamala variety from Samba Masuri. Okay, look at here. Samba Masuri is the original one. This is the GE variety. On Samba Masuri, when we use this CRISPR-Cas9 and edit that, the edited version is called as DRR Dhan 100 or Kamala variety. Okay. Same way, Pusa DST rice 1 developed from Maruteru like 1010. What is this? This is the original variety, I mean natural variety. And this is the GE variety. This is the GE variety. Okay. Like that, two natural varieties using CRISPR-Cas9 they have edited. Okay. Why? This time not phosphate intake. The earlier example increase the phosphate intake and yield. In this example, okay, drought tolerance, I mean less water is sufficient to grow them. High nitrogen use, that is phosphate use efficiency. This can efficiently intake the nitrogen. So urea, it will reduce the urea usage. It will reduce the, it will reduce the DAP usage. Is it clear? Okay, it will reduce the DAP usage because it will efficiently intake the phosphate. It will reduce the urea usage because it will effectively intake the nitrogen. Okay, right. Also alkalinity, salinity tolerance. I mean if the soil contains more alkalinity, that is basic nature, then also it grows. More salt solution. Actually, Indian soils are high salinity. Indian soils have high salinity. Okay. So therefore, we want those crop varieties that can be grown in even in the high salt concentration also. Okay. Salinity tolerance. Quick yield. Quickly we will get the yield so that we can do 2-3 crops in a year. Okay. Saving water, saving fertilizer. Why water? Because drought tolerance. Isn't it? Why fertilizer? Because nitrogen use efficiency and reduce emission of the methane. Why? Because urea usage is reduced. Urea usage is reduced like that. Okay. These are the advantages of this genetically modified. Okay. Then moving on to the fifth or sixth example of this CRISPR-Cas9 related articles. This time gene edited sheep. From this, what is that we can understand? CRISPR-Cas9 can be used in animals, humans, plants, all the organisms, even bacteria also. India's first gene edited sheep has been produced by the researchers from the Kashmir University in collaboration with ICAR using the same CRISPR-Cas9 technology. Okay. Then what they have modified? Myostatin gene. Always remember the word myo means muscle related. Myocardium, heart muscle, poliomyelitis, muscle related infection, inflammation in the muscle, like that. Myostatin is a muscle related thing. Okay. In a lamb was edited boosting the muscle growth by 30%. Okay. Means that sheep will produce more muscle. What is the advantage? Is it going to participate in some bodybuilding competitions? No, it will provide more meat for us. Is it clear? Okay, 30% more muscle growth. Is it clear? Then I hope it is clear for all of you. No foreign DNA was added here. Therefore, it is not called as transgenic. Just like in the case of plants, transgenic animals. Transgenic means foreign gene added. Okay, GE sheep, existing gene, I mean its own gene modified. Its own gene modified. Is it clear? Okay. Right. Then earlier the National Dairy Research Institute had developed a gene edited buffalo embryo also, but not gene edited buffalo, just made its embryo, but the organism was not born. Okay. So this is gene edited sheep to provide more meat. Seventh one. Okay. Once extinct dire wolf is back. You might have seen this news. April 7th, Colossal Bioscience announced that it revived the dire wolf that went extinct more than 12,000 years ago. There was one organism called dire wolf that became extinct 12,000 years ago. That dire wolf was again revived onto the earth. A dire wolf-like baby was born. How? There is grey wolf. See, look at here. Dire wolf called as Anoceon dirus, and this became extinct when 12,000 years ago it became extinct. Okay, then look at here, grey wolf, Canis lupus, it is not extinct. This is still, okay, it is existing, it is, okay, it is alive, okay. But in between these two, there is very less difference, 99.94% similarity, okay. The extinct dire wolf and the live grey wolf, which we still have, these two, there is 99.94% similarity, okay. So what they have done, using CRISPR, they edited the grey wolf DNA to make it like the dire wolf DNA. They edited the grey wolf DNA to make it like the dire wolf DNA, to resemble the dire wolf DNA. Is it clear? And then implanted the embryo in a dog mother. Dog is surrogate mother. Why dog? Ma'am, you said the grey wolf is still alive. Why can't we grow the baby in the womb of the grey wolf? Because it is difficult to handle the wolves, right? Wolves are more ferocious. So we can deal with the dog. So therefore they selected the dog as a surrogate mother. Why I said this? Because this is a doubt that I got. Okay. Then I found this answer. Is it clear? Then the pups called Romulus, Remus. This is looking like Remo. Okay. And Khaleesi. So these three pups are born to a dog. Dire wolf pups. By modification of grey wolf. Born to the dog. That is science. Using CRISPR-Cas9. Is it clear? And we are still speaking about Hindus, Muslims, Christians, high caste, low caste. We are still there. Okay. And when the science is clubbing the species together. Right. Then. Now, there is one more article here. This is new light to the gene editing. Light to the gene editing means what? It is called as GLO-Cas9. This is called GLO-Cas9. Okay. So here what they have done is, The researchers engineered the Cas9 protein with a split nanoluciferase. I will explain it here. Okay, Cas9 protein. There is something called nanoluciferase. What is this? This is made from the shrimps. Nanoluciferase taken from the deep sea shrimps. Why? Because it is like fluorescent. Because it glows. And very cleverly what they have done is, imagine the nanoluciferase is like this. A, B, two parts. A attached to the Cas9. B attached to the gene to be deleted. Is it clear? Yes, like jellyfish. Now, okay, when the Cas9 bind to the, I hope you understood, half of the luciferase attached to the gene, half of the luciferase attached to the Cas9. When the Cas9 bind to the gene to cut that, the two pieces combine and it will glow. It has glown means what? The Cas9 has cut the DNA. It means we are using to track whether the CRISPR-Cas9 work is completed or not. Is it clear? That is called glow Cas9. That's all. Okay. Activation. When the Cas9 complex bind to the target DNA, it will glow only when the Cas9 bind to the target DNA. Is it clear? The two parts of the luciferase reunite and emit the light. It is used for the real-time visualization. What is the advantage? Till now, we are using CRISPR-Cas9, but we don't know whether it is working or escaping the work. Okay, you need to supervise whether it is working or not. That is the reason why glow Cas9. Okay, so this is all like the CRISPR-Cas9 related news. Next 9 articles are defense related topics. Defense related topics, let us continue. Okay. First one, anti-satellite weapons. Anti-satellite weapons means they will destroy the satellites. They are used to destroy the satellites. Is it clear? They are used to destroy the satellites. Okay. There are two types of anti-satellite weapons. First one, kinetic energy anti-satellite. Kinetic means they go with high speed and kick the satellite. Okay. See, imagine this hand is a satellite. This is a anti-satellite missile. The anti-satellite missile will come and kick it. Okay. So that it will be destroyed. No explosive. It will destroy it only by kicking it. That's all. Okay. That is called kinetic energy ASAT. Okay. They collide with the satellite to destroy them. The impact generates orbital debris. Okay. Second one, non-kinetic ASATs. Not with the speed. They will do cyber attack on the enemy's satellites, or jam the enemy's satellites, or does spoofing the enemy's satellites. Okay, spoofing means what? Like misleading it. Okay, means a person or organization pretending as others. Okay, so that is called spoofing. Without physically touching the satellite, you can destroy the satellite. Such missiles are called as non-kinetic anti-satellite weapons. Is it clear? Then check this multiple choice question. The anti-satellite missions can lead to Kessler syndrome. Yes, correct. Okay, which anti-satellite will create Kessler syndrome? Only the kinetic impactors. Why? Because they create the space debris. They create the space debris. Okay, and space debris will cause a chain reaction. It means one debris will hit the other satellite, that will break into pieces, and it means that will form multiple debris. Those debris will again hit 10 satellites. All the 10 satellites will break up, form 100 pieces of debris. That is called Kessler syndrome. Is it clear? Then India's mission Shakti used explosive to attack and kill a satellite in the low Earth orbit? No, no explosives, only kinetic kill. Okay, it means destroyed it just by hitting it with high speed. Okay, like that. Anti-satellite mission can use spoofing? Yes. Okay, non-kinetic ASATs can use spoofing. Is it clear? Anti-satellite missions can use spoofing to destroy the other satellites? Correct. Okay, how many are correct? Okay, 1 and 3, only 2. So B is the correct answer. Clear? B is the correct answer. Okay, moving ahead. New production plant for the BrahMos new generation. Okay, now let us see what is BrahMos new generation. But to understand what is BrahMos new generation, we have to see what is original BrahMos. First, what is BrahMos? BrahMos is a medium range supersonic. Supersonic means what? It will travel faster than the speed of sound. Faster than the speed of the sound. Okay. It is built by India and Russia. Therefore, it is named after the Indian river Brahmaputra and Russian river Moskova. So, therefore, it is called BrahMos. It is a multi-platform launchable missile. It can be launched from multiple platforms. Okay, from the land, submarines, warships, fighter jets, etc. Land, water surface, submarine, air. Okay, from any platform it can be launched. Okay, it uses 2 stages. First stage is solid fuel. Second stage uses liquid ramjet. Okay, ramjet means it will use a turbofan to compress the air. Okay, it will use a turbofan to compress the air for oxidizer purpose. It boasts to be the fastest supersonic missile. Okay, means we have hypersonic missiles. Hypersonic means what? Above 5 Mach. Okay, above 5 Mach means more than 5 times the speed of the sound. It's not hypersonic. In the supersonic category, it is the fastest. Okay, now that is BrahMos. What is BrahMos new generation? It is smaller than the original BrahMos and more versatile. It means it can be launched even from the helicopters also. Original BrahMos can be launched from surface ships, ship, submarine, fighter jet, but this can be launched from the helicopters also because it is lightweight, smaller one. Advanced next generation stealth. Stealth means what? Cannot be detected. Cannot be detected. Speed 3.5 Mach, speed more than the BrahMos. Is it clear? Okay. Right. Range of 290 kilometers extendable to 450 kilometers. Okay, extendable to 450 kilometers. Chinasai will surely consider better. Let us see. Okay, if the time permits, I will consider. Okay. Higher versatility in underwater combat applications. Easier integration and launch. It means we can quickly launch the BrahMos NG when compared to the original BrahMos. Okay. So this is about the BrahMos new generation, and the news is new production plant for BrahMos new generation is established, inaugurated in Lucknow. Okay, that is the news. Okay. Then moving on to the next one. Army set to receive another set of IGLA-S air defense system. Okay, partly assembled in India. Let us see what is this IGLA-S. Okay, Indian Army recently received new supplies of Russian made. Remember, it is Russian made, and what it is? Very short range, means it cannot attack long range threat, long distance threat, very short range air defense system called as VSHROADS, very short range air defense system. As a part of 260 crore contract signed under the emergency procurement powers. Okay. IGLA-S is a man-portable, means what? We can carry it on our shoulders. Okay, man-portable, shoulder-launched. I can launch it from the shoulder. Surface to the air. Surface to the air. Why? To destroy the aerial threats. Very short range, man portable, shoulder launched surface to air missile, SAM. It uses infrared rays to lock on to the target. It will use IR radiations to detect, uses IR to detect the target. Making it effective even against small fast moving threats like drones and helicopters. Even very fastly moving drones and helicopters can be damaged. Enemies' drones or enemies' helicopters also can be damaged by IGLA-S. Very short range, man portable, shoulder launched, uses IR to detect the threat, and it can destroy even the fast moving small threats like drones, etc. Is it clear? Next one, which is called as Sudarshan Chakra, the S-400. Okay. The S-400 Triumph is Russia's air defense missile system. In October 2018, India signed a deal of $5.43 billion with Russia for purchasing 5 squadrons of S-400. S-400 is not a single missile, it is a squadron. I mean, it will have several missiles, several guns. It's a whole system. Okay, that complete set is called as a squadron. Okay, so we procured 5 squadrons of S-400 from Russia. It is a long-range surface-to-air missile. IGLA-S is a short-range surface-to-air missile. This is a long-range surface-to-air missile. It is one of the most advanced air defense systems in the world. Okay. It can protect against almost all sorts of aerial threat. It means enemies' drones are coming, enemies' cruise missiles are coming, enemies' rockets are coming, enemies' fighter jets are coming. All of them can be destroyed by this S-400. Okay, why this is called S-400? Because it can attack an aerial threat at a distance of almost 400 kilometers distance and 27 kilometers height. See, this is the launch site. Okay, 27 kilometer altitude. Okay, here 400 kilometer distance. Any threat can be destroyed. Is it clear? It can be assembled just within 5 minutes. It can be fired from any terrain, air, water, interior, submarine, land. Okay, response time 9 to 10 seconds. Within 9 to 10 seconds it will respond and attack on the enemy's threat. Okay, it is hard to detect the S-400. It can simultaneously track 300 objects. It can track 300 threats. I mean 300 drones or helicopters or fighter jets. For example, last year in the conflict between India and Pakistan, they have launched the swarm drones. I mean many small drones. Okay, like that if several small drones are coming, then like it can track 300 drones simultaneously and can at a time attack on 36 objects. 300 objects it can track and destroy the 36 objects in a range of 400 kilometers. This is the power of S-400, one of the most advanced air defense system. Next one, Project Kusha. Project Kusha is an Indian initiative to develop long range. It means we have procured the S-400 from Russia. Project Kusha is like Indian project to make something like S-400. Is it clear? The system will include a helicopter, missiles with a range of 150 kilometers, 200 kilometers, 350 kilometers. Okay, it means if the threat is close, little away, more away, okay, in all the types, I mean just 150 kilometer distance or 200 kilometer distance or 350 kilometer distance, all the types of threats it can destroy. The project aims not only to match the Israel's Iron Dome system, also to surpass the Israel's Iron Dome system. Project Kusha is an Indian project to make a surface to air defense system, okay, which can match or even surpass the Israel's Iron Dome system. Okay, that is nothing but Project Kusha. Is it clear? Right? Then, now next one is Sanjay BSS. What is the Sanjay BSS? It is not a missile. It is a battlefield. BSS means battlefield surveillance system. For example, in the conflict between India and Pakistan, if you remember, when both the countries agreed to cease the fire, after that unexpectedly again Pakistan launched a few more missiles and drones. Okay, but India could quickly respond. Why? Because we have this kind of surveillance systems that will help in fast decision making. This Sanjay BSS is indigenously developed in a joint collaboration between Indian Army and Bharat Electronics Limited. Is it clear? It is inaugurated in January 2025 by Indian Defence Minister in Delhi. The advanced automated system is designed to integrate the data from various sensors. Means it is, what is this? It is not a missile. It is a surveillance system. Understand this? It is a surveillance system. Okay. What it will do? It will integrate the data from various sensors. Okay. And it will use state-of-the-art analytics. It means it is a computer system. It's not a missile. Okay. It will collect the data from all the sensors, uses advanced analytics to analyze all this data. Okay, means it will keep watching the borders. Is it clear? It will keep doing the surveillance. It is capable of monitoring vast stretches of the land borders, preventing the intrusions and delivering the unparalleled situational awareness. It will provide awareness about the situation. It will provide awareness about the situation in the borders. Next one is Akash Tir. What is this Akash Tir? It is also known as India's Iron Dome. It is an AI-powered, indigenously built air defense system. This is defense system. Means surface to air. This is surface to air. Air defense system like the S-400, like Iglaes, okay, like those things, okay, designed to detect, track and destroy the threats like enemies' aircraft, drones, missiles, all those things, okay. It integrates various radar systems, sensors and communication technologies into a single operational framework. Akash Tir is developed by DRDO, ISRO and Bharat Electronics Limited together. It will monitor large land borders. It will keep monitoring the borders and will attack on the aerial threats. It will keep monitoring the borders and will attack on the aerial threats. Okay. It played a pivotal role in destroying the Pakistani aerial threats, including the drones and missiles. Okay. That is Akash Tir. Next one. Advanced loitering munition HARP. Advanced loitering munition called HARP. Okay. HARP is a kind of loitering munition. Loitering means what? Okay. It will, what it will do, I'll tell you. Okay, this Harap has 9-hour endurance, means for 9 hours it will keep roaming in the air. 9 hours it will keep roaming in the air. Why it is roaming? That roaming is called loitering. Loitering means just roaming around. Loitering means just roaming around. Is it clear? Clear till now? Then, so to locate and identify the targets, plan and attack the route, and then pursue the strike from any direction. So for 9 hours, it will keep loitering, it will keep roaming around and will identify the target from there, and then will plan the route. Should I attack from this route or this route or that route? It will plan the route and then strike the target. Is it clear? The Harap is an evolved form of Harpy. Earlier we had another one called Harpy. This is an evolved form of Harpy. It carries electro-optical sensors. Harpy used radio frequency. Harpy uses radio waves. Harap uses radio waves. Okay. Harap uses light waves like UV, visible, IR, etc. Okay. Means this is an advanced variety. It will use, Harpy uses radio waves, Harap uses light waves for what? To detect the target. Harpy uses radio waves, Harap uses light waves. Is it clear? Okay. Now, solve this question. Consider the following statements. Haraps are the suicide drones. Look at here. They cause destruction by crashing into their target with an explosive payload. Harap will contain an explosive payload. It will crash onto the target. Okay. So when it crash onto the target will be damaged, but the Harap also will be destroyed. Therefore, it is called as suicide drone or kamikaze drones. Okay. Right? I repeat, Harap. Harap is a loitering munition. Loitering means roaming around. The name because for 9 hours it can keep roaming on the surface. It can keep roaming on the surface. Is it clear? And while it is roaming for 9 hours, it will identify the target, plan the route, and then crash onto the surface. The target will be destroyed. The Harap also will be destroyed. Therefore, it is called as a suicide drone or kamikaze drone. Is it clear? Okay. Then, consider the following statements. Haraps are the suicide drones, correct. Haraps use radio frequency, wrong. Haraps use light waves. Haraps use light waves to detect. Light waves to detect the target. Okay. Haraps are indigenously developed, wrong. Harap is made by, okay, an Israeli aerospace industries. Israeli aerospace industries made it. It is not indigenously developed. Okay. Which of the above statements are correct? One only. A is the right answer. Done? Okay. Then, DRDO successfully tests indigenous integrated air defense weapon system. Okay, that is IADWS. DRDO successfully carried the flight test of the integrated air defense system conducted next to the coast of Odisha. The system demonstrated its capability by simultaneously destroying 3 targets at varying ranges and distances. Let us see what are those three. Okay, in this IADWS, integrated air defense weapon system, there are three components. The first component is called as quick reaction surface to air missile, called QRSAM. Its range is 3 to 30 kilometer range. Okay, 3 to 30 kilometer range. Provides a protective shield to moving army armored columns. It means, okay, army's battalion going, for that it will give protection. Okay, army's battalion going, moving army armored columns, means army's battalion going, for them it will give a protection from the enemy's aerial threats. Okay, second component is advanced very short range air defense system, called as VSHROADS, 300 meters to 6 kilometers range. It is fourth generation man portable air defense system. It will neutralize drones, unmanned aerial vehicles also means drones, and other aerial threats used by army, navy, air force, etc. All these kinds of drones, okay, or other army, navy, air force vehicles can be destroyed in a range of 300 meters to 6 kilometers range. This is also air defense. Okay. Third one is laser based directed energy weapon. Means it will not physically hit the target. It will project a laser beam on the, like this, like we control the AC, like that a laser beam will be projected to the target. The laser beam will destroy the target. Range 4 kilometers. In April, this directed energy weapon successfully destroyed the swarm drones by causing the structural damage to the swarm drones. A directed energy system is a weapon or a technology that uses concentrated beam of energy such as a laser beam to destroy the targets. Okay. So, I repeat, first one, QRSAM, it will protect the moving army battalions from the enemy's aerial threats. Second one, okay, VSHROADS, very short range air defense system, okay, it can destroy the aerial threats in 300 meters to 6 kilometers range. Third one, directed energy weapon system, that is a laser based energy weapon system. It will use a concentrated laser beam to destroy the aerial threats. Is it clear? Okay, then. So, now the next topic is Nobel Prizes. Okay, we have 3 Nobel Prizes I have to discuss, Physics Nobel Prize, Chemistry Nobel Prize and Nobel Prize in Medicine. Okay, so these 3 topics let us quickly consolidate. This will be the last topic, the 3 Nobel Prizes. With that we will be completing this. Okay, first one, 2025 Nobel Prize in Medicine. 2025 Nobel Prize in Medicine. This prize was given to 3 people. You don't have to remember the names, don't worry. But what they have detected, what is their discovery, for which reason they got the Nobel Prize, that is important. Okay, their discoveries are, okay, first one, immune tolerance. Immune tolerance means our immune system should tolerate. Okay, I'll give you 2 options. Tell me, our immune system should tolerate the self antigens or should tolerate the pathogens? Our immune system should tolerate the self antigens or the pathogens? Okay. Harsha Chandra, if you tolerate the pathogen, you will get infection beta. We should not tolerate the pathogens. We should take revenge on the pathogens. We should tolerate the self-antigens. Is it clear? That is called as immune tolerance. What is immune tolerance? Our immune system tolerating the self-antigens. Tolerating the self-antigens means what? Will not destroy the self-antigens. Will not destroy the self-antigens. Is it clear? In this there are two types of tolerance. Central tolerance, peripheral tolerance. Okay. Then what do you mean by central tolerance? This occurs in the primary lymphoid organs like thymus and bone marrow. Okay. Our self-antigens in the thymus and bone marrow are tolerated. That is called central tolerance. Okay. Our self-antigens in the other body organs are tolerated. That is called as peripheral tolerance. Is it clear? This involves mechanisms in the body's tissues that prevent any remaining self-reactive cells becoming active. Is it clear? Okay. Immune tolerance means immune system tolerating the self-antigens, protecting them. Central immune tolerance, immune system protecting the self-antigens in the bone marrow and thymus. Peripheral immune tolerance, immune system tolerating the self-antigens in the other body organs other than the thymus and bone marrow. Okay, this is called immune tolerance. Now we have to see what is the role of T regulatory cells in the immune tolerance. Okay, T regulatory cells. Here let me explain these three things. We have cytotoxic T lymphocytes. Okay. Okay, cytotoxic T lymphocytes. Their duty is to kill the cancer cells. Okay. T helper cells. Okay, first I will tell you. B cells means it is like our internal security. I can compare this with internal security. Is that clear? Cell mediated immune system. Next, B cells. What they do? They produce antibodies for foreign antigens. For foreign antigens. They produce antibodies for foreign antigens. Okay. Means it is like border security force. I mean, from outside if any enemies are coming, it will destroy that. From outside if enemies are coming, it will destroy that. And then there are another cells called as T helper cells. They are also called as CD4 plus cells. They are also called as CD4 plus cells. What they will do? They will help the B cells and also the T cells. Is it clear? Okay. Means they will help this cell mediated immunity and also the humoral immunity. Help the cell mediated immunity and also the humoral immunity. Humoral immunity means what? This antibody production for foreign antigens is called as humoral immunity. Is it clear? B cells producing antibodies for the foreign antigens like bacteria and all is called humoral immunity. T helper cells will help both of them. Is it clear? And what the T regulatory cells does? What the T regulatory cells will do? What? They are peacekeepers. Okay. They will make Shanti Duta. Shanti. Okay. Of the immune system. For example, sometimes immune system is trying to destroy our own. For example, my immune system will try to destroy my RBC. Then T regulatory will say Shanti. The immune system will try to destroy my joints. Then the T regulatory cells will say Shanti. Peacekeepers. Okay. They are the central to the peripheral tolerance. They prevent the autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, for example, my B cells are trying to produce antibodies to my joints, synovial fluid in the joints. Okay, T regulatory cells silenced it. Okay, so I will not get rheumatoid arthritis. My B cells are trying to, hey Bindu, I will destroy your pancreatic beta cells. Then the T regulatory cells said, no, please don't do that, relax. Okay, silenced the B cells. So they are preventing the autoimmune diseases. Is it clear? They are preventing the autoimmune diseases. Is it clear? Right. And multiple sclerosis like that. They avoid excessive inflammation also. How they prevent the autoimmune diseases? By silencing the CD4 cells, T helper cells. Okay, remember, if the T helper cells are damaged, silenced, remember the T helper cells are needed for both the T helper cells are needed. They help both the B cells and also T cells. Is it clear? Okay, so T regulatory cells will silence the T helper cells, and cytotoxic T lymphocytes that will destroy the self cells. If there are any T helper cells or cytotoxic T lymphocytes that are specific to my self antigens, the T regulatory cells will silence them. I repeat, okay, look at here. Okay, see, by chance, if one or two points are not slightly clear, carefully read the notes. The notes is also self-explanatory. Okay, in a very simple language I made it. Okay, T regulatory cells, what they will do, they will silence the T helper cells and also the cytotoxic T lymphocytes, means these are the killer cells. Will the T regulatory cells silence all the T helper cells and cytotoxic T lymphocytes? No. Only those cytotoxic T lymphocytes and the T helper cells that destroy the self antigens. Okay? Self antigen destroying T cells are silenced. So self antigens are not destroyed. This is nothing but the immune tolerance. This is nothing but the immune tolerance. Is it clear? And FOXP3 gene controls this regulatory T cells. Okay? FOXP3 gene controls this regulatory T cells. Okay? For this discovering that T regulatory cells, especially for these two dear. Most important points are these two. Okay, they got Nobel Prize for discovering this, that T regulatory cells are silencing the T helper cells and cytotoxic T lymphocytes that destroy self antigens, and FOXP3 gene is controlling the T regulatory cells. For discovering these two things, the three scientists got the Nobel Prize. This is physiology Nobel Prize. These 2 points are the most important points. Okay? Right. Then, chemistry Nobel Prize. Okay? Last but one topic. After this, we will discuss physics Nobel Prize and that's all. Okay? It does not mean that no more current affairs happened in the year 2025. Yes, there are more topics, but I will cover them in the other topics like high yielding topics, okay, like complete roundup, like that. We have other phases of Conquer Prelims. In that I will cover those topics. It is planned like that because I don't want to repeat same topics in multiple phases. Okay, so I have distributed the topics like that, right? Okay. Then chemistry Nobel Prize is simple. Metal organic frameworks. Metal organic frameworks. What are they? They are crystalline. They are porous, means like this, holes, 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 like a sponge. Okay, material that are constructed by metal ions with organic molecules. Metal ions plus, okay, carbon based molecules. Metal ions plus carbon based molecules. They can be designed to have larger internal cavities. I mean, you can design the pore size. Small pores you want, big pores you want. Okay, making them act like molecular sponges. For this discovery, they got Nobel Prize. Who got the Nobel Prize? These are the names, but you don't have to remember the names. Okay, next, what is the application of this? Carbon capture means in that it's like a sponge. It will capture, it will absorb the carbon in the atmosphere. Clean energy. How? See, you know green hydrogen. Okay, blue hydrogen, pink hydrogen, turquoise hydrogen. We have different colors of hydrogen. Any hydrogen which is used as a fuel. If you want to store it, where you can store it? You can store it in these things. They can be used to store the gases, gas storage, store the hydrogen for future purpose. I made the hydrogen, but I want to store it for future, I can use it. Water harvesting, how? Desert. In the desert air you have very little water, keep them there, they will absorb the water in the atmosphere. They will absorb the water in the atmosphere, then squeeze it and take it. Okay. Toxic gas storage. For example, some toxic gases are released from a factory. Then you can use them so that they will absorb these toxic gases. Okay. Drug delivery. You can package the drugs inside. Package the drugs inside and then send them. Okay. Like that they can be used for drug delivery also. Okay. Solve this question. What is the primary structure of a metal organic framework? Crystalline material made of linking metal ions with organic molecules B. Next, consider the following applications of the metal organic frameworks. Gas storage, carbon capture, drug delivery, you know, but catalysis also. How catalysis? Look at here. Okay, if a reaction can occur, inside these pores. Thus, it catalyzes. The chemical reactions. It catalyzes the chemical reactions. Okay. So, I hope you understood. Chemical reaction can occur inside this pore. Like that, they will catalyze the chemical reaction. They will facilitate a chemical reaction to happen. Okay. So, this is also possible. Okay. But which of the above are not the applications of them? So, none of the above. C is the right answer. Clear? Okay. And I told you several times, the target of this class is not making you solve the multiple choice questions. In this phase, my target is to give you as much information as possible in an understandable manner. Again, okay, you should understand it. So, my focus was not on the multiple choice questions. Okay, just like that, I have given a few, okay, questions. Last topic in today's class, the 2025 Physics Nobel Prize. Physics Nobel Prize is for, look at this, quantum tunneling. Okay, what is quantum tunneling? Look at here, this is a wall. This is a wall and this is a ball. The ball is passing through the wall. A ball is passing through the wall. That is called quantum tunneling. Is it clear? Actually, electrons can pass through. Electrons can pass through the barriers. Okay? Why? Because they have a wave-like nature. Electrons have a wave-like nature, dual nature. It means an electron will behave like a particle and it will also behave like a wave. See, look at here. This wave is sound waves pass through the wall. I am shouting here because you people are saying that I am not audible properly. Okay. So the people outside, it means my neighbors are also capable of listening to my speech. The sound waves are passing through the wall. So a wave can pass through the wall. Okay. Then electrons also can pass through the wall because electrons have a dual nature, a particle-like nature and a wave-like nature. So the electrons can pass. That we know already. Okay, Nobel Prize is not for that. Okay, Nobel Prize is for knowing that, for discovering that such quantum tunneling is occurring in the macromolecules also, not single electron. Okay, a big structure having many electrons is also passing through the barriers. For that discovery, they got this Nobel Prize. Is it clear? Let us give it a reading. The 2025 Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to some people, we don't need the names, okay, for proving macroscopic quantum tunneling. Okay, macro means big, micro means small. Observing a system with billions of electrons, a big structure with billions of electrons, tunnel through an energy barrier, a phenomenon previously thought limited to single electrons. Earlier we know that single electrons can pass through the wall, but now we know that bigger structures also can pass through. Plus another discovery is energy quantization, showing that this macroscopic system absorbs and emits energy in packets. Okay, these macroscopic structures will absorb the energy in packets and will release the energy in packets. For the discovery of these two topics, they got Physics Nobel Prize. These are the 3 Nobel Prizes, and that's all for today's class. In 2 sessions, I completed the most important current affairs from the year 2025 from Science and Technology. Thank you so much. If you find this class useful, do let me know in the comment section. Thank you.